Okay, let's go to example number 1. It says the importance of being specific in naming variables. In this particular example, we're going to be focusing on not only naming variables, but what they represent and understanding completely what they could represent. It would give us a better understanding of what type of expression we are setting up. It says, when naming variables and expressions, it is important to be very clear about what they represent. The unit of measure must be included if something is measured. So if we look at this table down here, it says read the variable in the table and improve the description, making it more specific. So on the left, it tells us the variable is going to be J for Joshua's speed. Okay, so we get from that idea right there that we're talking about how fast he's going. An incomplete description of that J would be let J represent Joshua's speed. How fast is he going? But what would be even better is if we would include units. So we might say let J represent Joshua's speed in miles per hour. And we want to use a rate unit there. We could have used meters per second or minutes per second, whatever, but as long as we include a unit, it gives us a better understanding of what we're talking about. In the next one, we have R for Rufus's height, and it says let R represent Rufus's height. But a better description would include units. We would say let R represent Rufus's height in feet, or we could say in inches or centimeters. Okay, any type of unit that measures distance. If M represents milk sold, and it says and let M represent the amount of milk sold, it would be better if we would use units. We would say let M represent amount of milk sold. And if we think about units, a lot of times we measure milk in gallons, or we could use quarts or pints. Those are a measurement for amount of milk. Colleen's time in the 40-meter hurdles, they say C. And then it says let C represent Colleen's time. But it would be better if we would include units. We said let C represent Colleen's time in seconds. And seconds would be the best units there because we're talking about a 40-meter race. It's not very far. And then finally, Sean's age. Let S represent Sean's age. Okay, it would be better if we understood that let S represent Sean's age in years. By including the units, we get a better understanding, and we can also check ourselves for later on when we learn to solve these expressions if it makes sense. We want to make sure that the units make sense with what we're solving.